Coming up on this episode of Two Right Turns, I'm joined by senior quarterback Cade Klubnik, senior linebacker Wade Woodaz, and we're talking about Clemson's win at South Carolina, looking ahead to the Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium, but also their messages to several groups, including Clemson's incoming freshmen, next year's seniors, their teammates, and to Clemson fans. Two Right Turns starts now.
They take those two right turns, and when they make the final turn, they can begin to hear the crowd and the noise of the open end of the stadium.
Here it is, the most exciting 25 seconds in college football.
Hello, everybody, and welcome inside Studio C of the Clemson Athletics Branding Institute for another episode of Two Right Turns, a Clemson football podcast. I'm your host for the episode, Ross Taylor, and I am joined by two members of the 2025 Clemson football team. If you guys would not mind introducing your name, position, and your hometown.
After you.
Cade Klubnik, quarterback, Austin, Texas.
Wade Woodaz, linebacker, Tampa, Florida.
And actually, there's one piece I should have had you all mention is y'all got a rather important Clemson University event going on this Thursday. Both of you all are graduating. Congratulations.
That's right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So tell us what your degrees are in.
Business marketing.
Marketing as well.
So shout out to the business school and
right.
Congratulations to you guys. So I will start off with this. Favorite class or professor you had in your time here at Clemson?
One of my favorite classes was
Professional
selling. Yeah. Carter
McElveen. Yeah.
Wade and I actually had a class this semester too. It was fun. It was good.
We
good
did.
Stuff.
Professor Stone. Yeah.
That was a pretty consensus decision. Y'all came to that pretty quickly.
Yeah. I had to think about it. Professional selling, though, that's like the most realistic class I feel like
I just learned so much, and she does a great job with everything. It was a great class. It was fun. I feel like it was really just practical.
Yeah. We had to do these role plays, and so we did a couple. One was a Clemson recruiter, like selling a pitch to come to Clemson to a student. And then obviously we did like business to business stuff too. So that was like the most real world type of
application.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That I've ever done.
Well, congratulations to you guys. I know it's really easy for the outside looking in to only view you all as football players and believe that the student piece of student athlete or the scholar piece of scholar athlete is scoffed at and laughed at this point. But for you guys to really take advantage of the opportunity to get your educations here at Clemson, kudos to you both.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
We are right now right in the middle of bowl prep. Wanted to get some guys on following the victory at South Carolina, and obviously things go a little crazy with bowl prep timing and everything that goes into that final. So we're glad to finally get you guys in here today. But Wade, obviously the news came out that you'll be unavailable to play following an injury and following surgery. As you can see, for those of you watching us on video, see him sporting the sling here, but. Cade, getting ready now for the Pinstripe Bowl. How has the Pinstripe Bowl been for you and just the last couple of weeks for you both in general?
Yeah, it's been great. I think just after, a big win, down south and just getting to celebrate that for the last few weeks has been great. And then turn around and start preparing for a bowl game. Bowl game season is always fun and is always a great time to really just kind of spend here getting ready and just the travel and getting to spend the week wherever we are. It's always a great time. So getting ready.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's been a tough couple weeks. Obviously, the win over South Carolina, everything brought the mood up a little bit. But, having to be done and not knowing it was my last time, putting a jersey on, that's tough to deal with. And then obviously just being in physical pain, that's not fun either. But God has a plan, so we'll be all right.
Well, you talk a little bit about not knowing that was the last time that you were going to put the jersey on, but I mean, you had one heck of a performance for you to go out the way you did, for that being your last time in a Clemson uniform. One, what did it mean to you to have the type of performance you and the defense had at South Carolina? And also just the fact that you're still around now. I mean, what does it mean to you right now just to be soaking up these last days, weeks with your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal, honestly. Like, I sit in special teams meetings next to T-Bone, and I'm just like, these are like the last couple times that we'll be teammates and be sitting here talking about how to go block a punt. So, just trying to, soak that in and also be a helper to the guys who are going to play, like Kari today.
Yeah.
How can I help him? He's a freshman. He's going to look back on this and be like, yeah, dang, I only had 1 year with Wade, but what is he going to remember from that? So just trying to be an influence on a lot of the young guys so that they can speak highly of us, our senior class, and me when we're gone.
Well, we don't want to look too far ahead before we first look back. I mean, there, as Cade mentioned, I mean, there's a win to be celebrated that we haven't had a chance to talk about. So we're going to turn to the monitor. This is the moment in time where, again, we implore those of you who are listening to us by audio only to join us on Clemson Plus or YouTube so you can see what these guys are seeing. And as we roll the video here, Cade, I've got to imagine this is not exactly how we drew up a 3-yard rushing touchdown.
This is exactly how we drew it up. What are you talking about? Yeah, we had a little naked boot, and they covered it really well. We kind of quick huddled, and sometimes you just got to go make a play. But I'll tell you what, this play, if you watch from the wide view, I'm not scoring unless the backside doesn't pancake the backside end. They buried the backside end, and they're not even really part of the play. I'm rolling right, and I'm rolling right. This play's never going left, and you can see them right there. They both they pancake that in, and if they didn't do that and just finish the job and do what they love to do, I don't think I'm ever getting in right there because that defensive end would be right there. So, man, that shows what these guys are made of, and sometimes you got to go make a play. So,
what do the coaches say to you on the sideline afterward?
You need a little luck along the way. And, we needed a little bit of that. So that was fun.
All right, we'll go next. I think looking back at this game historically, odds are that probably the moment that will stick out to a lot of people is the pick six by Ricardo, right? I mean, it's going to be an iconic moment in the series, at least as far as this installation, this chapter of the series is concerned for 2025. However, I think if you ask a lot of people what might have been one of the most important plays in this game, and it's right here, Wade, as we roll the video. Lenora Sellers is going to get free here, and it looks like he's got nothing but grass in front of him. But how are you able to track him down here and make the play?
I was just thinking run full speed and tackle his legs, honestly. My shoulder actually dislocated on this play. It popped out.
Did it really?
Yeah. That was like the second or third time I felt it in the game, like clunk, clunk. But no, I saw him running, and I was like, I'm just gonna go shoot my shot at his legs. I obviously I'm not thinking, oh, if I miss this tackle, he's gonna score, and they're gonna take the lead, and then we're gonna lose the game. Like that didn't really cross my mind, but yeah, I just was like, let's go hit him in his legs.
It didn't cross your mind, and it shouldn't. However, I mean, Coach Sweeney talks all the time about how there's going to be a few plays or one play that really changes the course of the game. But the problem is you don't know which play it's going to be. So you have to play every play as if it's the play. Is it something where after the game you look back on it and like, man, that was huge?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and like take all the credit. But yeah, it was a big play for sure. Happy it happened, but.
Well, there's a lot of credit to go around, and as we go to the next play as well, defense really came up big in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter, really shutting them down. And you get the PBU here to get a fourth down stop. What was happening on this play? But also, I mean, if I recall correctly, I think they had one third down conversion, maybe one fourth down conversion. Why was this defense so good on money downs in this game?
I think because we all bought in to our plan, which was cut the head off the snake, eliminate the quarterback, and you all buy in and dedicate yourselves to doing that, good things happen. And then our defensive line was absolutely eating. I mean, how many sacks do we have? 5 sacks? 5 sacks, however many TFLs, 8 TFLs or something. You're going to have a good performance when you get 5 sacks. I should have picked this. That's why you saw me clap, because I was like, dang it, just picked it. But whatever, 4th down, get off the field.
Got in the jugs machine.
That was going up with the injured shoulder too, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Cade, grade the hops here.
Yeah, that's not normal at linebacker right there.
Nah, I should have.
Like 10 feet up in the air.
You know what that is? Y'all might be too young, but like the early 2000s Madden and NCAA where they had the linebacker that could jump like 10 feet. You couldn't throw anything over the middle because the middle linebacker would always like
jump up.
Yeah, always have like Michael Jordan hops. That's what that looks like right there. We have a couple other plays we want to have you all react to, though. And this is from a different game. Cade, you might remember this one. This is 2022. This is the season opener, your career debut. You're going to roll right here and hit Will Taylor. Tell me what was going through your mind then and what's going through your mind now looking back at it.
Yeah, this was my first drive. Got Dominique in the backfield right there. Willie T, it was his first touchdown too, and this is my first drive at Clemson. And
T. Lee in the 70s.
T. Lee right
T.
there.
Lee.
Colin Sadler. Drew Sweeney out wide right there. Hampton Earl on the bottom right there.
On the near side.
Yeah, it's my first touchdown. It was a great feeling. It was really cool. I had most of my family there, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It's crazy. It just feels like a few days ago. But time's flown. We were actually we finished up meetings yesterday, and we were just we finished up, and Trent Pyramid and I were just. He turned on the Orange Bowl practice clips from a Working Man Wednesday in Miami 3 years ago, and we just started watching practice. It was pretty fun, so it's funny you brought this up. Yeah.
So if I did the math right, I think you've thrown a touchdown to 16 different players in your Clemson career. Whenever you signed out of Westlake and Austin, did you ever imagine that of the 16 different receivers you'd throw a touchdown pass to, your first one would go to a guy who is now in the Pittsburgh Pirates organization?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. That's and shout out him. He just got engaged yesterday.
Yeah.
So
let's go.
Shout out Willie T. That's freaking awesome.
Awesome.
No, yeah, I definitely would not have thought I'd be throwing it to a baseball player for my first touchdown. So, but he's a great athlete and was a good player here. So.
Any excuse to talk Will Taylor's a good one. We love that guy.
Oh, yeah.
You were not the only one to make a play in this game, though, as we go to the next one. And how funny is it that Wade is talking to Tyler Venables about how to block a punt? Because what does Wade Woodaz do in his very first collegiate game? What are we looking at?
Man, I remember the call was Larry, and I was itching because I knew when I got the Larry call, I was like, I'm going to block a punt. So I remember seeing Coach Reed signal it on the field, and I was like, game over. And who was that blocking me? The guard? Yeah. See, that would be on the love tape.
And it was the second one of the game, right? Hadn't we gotten one earlier in the game?
Yeah, Carson Donnelly blocked one earlier in the game. That set up a touchdown, I believe, maybe.
The big old Vontae getting on the ball right here.
Man, it's crazy how fast it goes.
Put on some weight, Wade.
Yeah, all about solid soaking wet 211 right there, probably.
That was before all the creatine and peanut butter and jellies.
Yeah,
I remember at one point it was after the Orange Bowl, right? Where you're like, this ain't happening.
Yeah. I remember getting pushed around a little bit by them O-linemen. I was like, nah.
Well, y'all didn't know that we were going to look this far back, but as we do look ahead to our upcoming game, just what is y'all's excitement to have a bowl experience in New York City, be part of the Pinstripe Bowl? I mean, certainly I think obviously the team's goals for this year were probably larger than what has come to be so far through December, but credit to you all as seniors for leading this group through a tough start, having a strong finish, and just how would you describe your mindset and excitement, and not even necessarily the game itself, but for the bowl experience in New York City with your teammates?
I think it would be sick. I mean, I've never been to New York, and then to go on the week of Christmas too. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited. You know, I'm excited for a bowl week. Bowl weeks are always fun, and you know, spend a week with 100, 120 teammates and somewhere you're not normally, and to be in New York City will be awesome. Staying in Times Square and during Christmas as well. Like, when else will I get to go to New York City during Christmas? For 5 days. So that'll be awesome. And then, but we're also on a business trip, and we got business to handle. So go win one last football game for the Tigers and go enjoy it.
Well, and it'll obviously be unique playing in Yankee Stadium, an iconic venue, an iconic area. The venue itself opened in 2009 to replace the old one. But have either of you played a game in a baseball stadium before? Or is this going to be new?
No, I think this is my first time.
My first time. My brother Reed, his senior year, they actually played at Fenway.
Okay.
Yale versus Harvard.
Yeah.
So Harvard was doing they were doing renovations on their stadium, so they played at Fenway, and that was one of the most fun football games I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. My senior year and his senior year, we both up there. So
I did not know if because some of the high school games in Texas, those that don't know, the former Texas Ranger Stadium has now been transitioned into a football field in Arlington, kind of right across from Cowboys, AT&T Stadium, and right across from the Rangers' current stadium. So I didn't know if any of your games have been played there, but it sounds like everything that you played once you got out of Austin was at AT&T Stadium. Yeah.
Well, for the state championship,
Yeah.
Other rounds would be in the Alamo Dome.
Okay.
NRG, Baylor, Texas.
You're getting that whole that mainly like Central
Cade,
Texas region.
We play at Cade, but it was normally Alamo Dome, Texas, Baylor. One of the big district stadiums like Cade or something. I know like Dallas teams would play there or the Star. I remember Southlake played.
That's right.
Duncanville there one year, my junior year, and we haven't, but I know that they did up there.
Well, we'll spare our listeners the UIL regional alignment talks. I don't think everybody else will be as plugged in as you and I might be, but it's a good chance for us to take a pit stop, courtesy of our friends at Darlington Raceway. And this is going to be all about New York, guys, and why not? So we'll go a little bit of New York trivia, mixing in a little Clemson trivia, but I want to know, so you all are both business majors. I don't know if there was any American history that was part of your degree programs here, but do you all know which group of Europeans first settled New York City in 1608? And do you know what it was called until it was seized by the British and renamed New York in 1664?
So there was somebody before the British?
Yes.
Let's go.
Y'all weren't ready for like New World settlement talks walking into Studio C,
not
were
at
you?
all. Let's say
The Irish? I don't know.
the French.
It was actually the Dutch, and it was.
I was gonna say that.
You were not going to say that.
Yes, I was,
You were
because I
not.
was thinking the Dutch settled in South Africa, so they probably could have settled here too.
And you were on the South Africa trip, were you not?
I was.
Look at that.
Shout out Paul Journey.
Shout out
Paul
Pod
Journey.
Journey. Look at that. Love it.
Full circle.
All right. I know one of our colleagues hit some of you guys up on whether or not you could.
What was it called?
It was New Amsterdam.
Oh, New Amsterdam.
Yeah, New Amsterdam was what it was called. So I'm not going to ask you guys to name the 5 boroughs. I know some of our social media team has hit some of you up on that this week. But of the 5 boroughs, Manhattan, Queens, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Brooklyn, do y'all know which of the 5 is the most populous and has the most people?
Got to be the Bronx, right?
I was going to say Manhattan.
Neither. So it's
Brooklyn?
actually Brooklyn at 2.7 million, followed by Queens. I would have gotten this wrong. I would have guessed Manhattan was higher. Queens at 2.4 million, Manhattan 1.6, Bronx 1.4, and Staten Island 495,000. So
Do we have a map of what it looks like? I don't even know what New York looks like.
we'll get you a map. So Manhattan in particular, big, long, like vertical island, all on a grid system. So like you'll be shocked at how quickly you'll be able to orient yourself in New York City, because it's all on a grid system. And so the numbers get higher as you go north, and then like west to east, the avenues change. So you can always kind of tell what direction you're going. And those are all the neighborhoods that Joe's putting on the screen right now, which, every block and a half is its own neighborhood.
Look up
over there.
Yeah, there you go.
So as you can see, Manhattan is very much kind of that vertical island right there. You've got the Hudson River and the East River. You've got the Bronx to the north. So, Yankee Stadium located in the Bronx, kind of right as you cross over from Manhattan. Brooklyn right across the bridge down there at the bottom. So this is probably, we've had the American history lesson. Now we're getting the geography lesson.
Yeah.
So if they're...
Now, Manhattan's that's like
where Times Square
what
is.
you
That's the Statue of Liberty,
that's really
too, right?
it.
What you all are thinking of is New York City is Manhattan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which shout out to all of New York City. Can't wait to be in the Bronx. As far as like the postcard you have in your mind,
Yeah.
it's Manhattan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's where we're staying, right?
That's right.
right.
Yep. All right. Next question. we will obviously be playing at the home of the New York Yankees. How many World Series titles have the Yankees won all time?
27.
That is exactly right. Nailed it. Would you have known that before the team meeting today?
No.
So
Nah. Well, I would have known it was a lot,
yeah.
but not exactly 27.
Well, the 28-time conference champion Clemson Tigers will be happy to be in the home of the 27-time World Series champion New York Yankees. Actually, give our listeners a little bit of insight on, the Yankees lore or what you learned about a little bit more in team meeting today.
Mariano Rivera.
Greatest closer of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest closer of all time. So Coach pulled out the Mariano Rivera video, just making sure y'all are up to date on some Yankees legends. Probably had to be the longest team meeting that Massachusetts native Ronan Hannafin has ever sat in.
Yeah, I was sitting next to him. He was struggling.
Was he
He
just
was fighting.
Yeah,
he was fighting, getting through it. Every time I looked down, he was just like this. Just
I could just feel like the white hot rage emanating off of him from like 7 rows back.
every time it pulled up the Yankees beating the Red Sox, he was struggling. I felt bad for him.
Yeah,
I'm
No, I
a Rays
didn't. I
fan,
loved it.
so
Loved it.
I'm a Rays fan, so I'm not fond of the Yankees either.
Well, the Rays in Tampa, Florida, which is where the Yankees do spring training, and this will lead to my next question. Do you know the name of the longtime Yankees owner who was actually a football graduate assistant at Ohio State and an assistant football coach at Northwestern and Purdue before he bought the Yankees in 1965?
No shot.
No.
Are you aware of Steinbrenner Field in Tampa?
Oh, yeah.
George Steinbrenner.
Interesting.
Yeah, longtime owner of the New York Yankees until his passing. Actually, and I'll admit, I actually did not know this until we went up on the Bowl Advance trip, how much he loved football. He was a college football player. We mentioned here, he was a college assistant coach. So they were talking about how much of a passion project creating the Pinstripe Bowl was for the Steinbrenner family, and how much it would mean to him to have two iconic brands like Clemson and Penn State being able to play each other in his organization's facility. So really looking forward to the opportunity to play out there and kind of see some of his vision come to life. That'll be really, really cool. All right, and then one more New York-related trivia question. This is actually not Clemson's first game in New York City. Do you all know Clemson's all-time record in New York City?
You give us how many games they've played?
One game.
1-0.
1-0, yeah.
No.
Really?
Not 0-1 either.
Oh, versus Fordham.
0-1. So 1952, Clemson goes up to Fordham. They play at Triborough Stadium in Randall's Island.
I've been there.
Freshman Don King ran for 234 yards in his only game of his career at tailback. Moved to quarterback after that. I believe he moved to quarterback after that. But the game was a 12-12 tie because the teams combined to miss 4 extra points.
What?
So, Clemson making its Pinstripe Bowl debut, but it will not be the first time that Clemson will have played a game in New York. So, should be a fun one. Thanks to Darlington Raceway for their support of this segment and their support all year and throughout the existence of Two Right Turns. That segment was presented by Darlington Raceway. I hope to see you at the track that's too tough to tame in 2026, starting with the Goodyear 400 weekend, March 20th through 22nd, and again in the NASCAR playoffs with a cookout, Southern 500 next Labor Day weekend. Log on to darlingtonraceway.com for your tickets. Now back to Two Right Turns. Coming back to the game itself and getting away from the New York-based trivia a little bit, Cade, you were asked a couple weeks ago about whether or not you intended to play in the bowl game, and you shut it down really quick, and I loved your answer in that you said, like, yeah, I'm a football player. I love playing football. Why is it so important to you to come back, finish the season out, have another game with these guys? Like, what, I don't want to say what went into your decision because it didn't even sound like it was much of a decision for you. What goes into your mindset like that?
I mean, like you already said it, I love football and I love this place and I love Clemson, and I just could never see myself, having an opportunity to play a game and not going to do it. And that's, it's not a shot at anybody else. It's just who I am. And, I love throwing the football. I love going through warm-ups and, spinning the ball with Taj. Like, there's just nothing better to me, and being able to play, one more game as a Tiger is just, it means everything to me. And, I'm so excited. Like I said, I just love playing football and I love the game. And anytime I get a chance to go compete, whether it's 15 degrees out there and snowing, whatever it's going to be, I'm excited to just go play and go play with my brothers for one more game and go play another game with, Tristan and Adam and Big Rye and all these guys, and go fight and compete and put in the work to go be the best we can be, and then see what happens from there. So, yeah.
And Wade, I know fate has kind of stolen that last opportunity from you, and I feel comfortable saying that because you strike me as the kind of guy where if they could have amputated your shoulder for you to play one more game, I feel like you would have probably taken the opportunity. You've always struck me as that kind of guy. But you're going to see a lot of folks in the class that you came in with. This is a group that's really tight. Get the opportunity to play one more game together, even though you won't be out there. I mean, how much pride are you going to take in seeing this group be able to go out there and wear the paw one more time?
Man, just so special. One last opportunity together as a team. And then with these guys that we've been through a lot together, just over the course of our career. So just soak it all in when it gets there and have joy. Be grateful that it happened.
So, it's not an accident that we pulled out video of your first career games, because though it's not necessarily time for a career retrospective quite yet for another couple weeks, I am curious to hear from both of you whether or not it feels like time has gone quickly or slowly in your 4 years here at Clemson.
Yes.
Yeah, both, for real.
Yeah. I mean, even just watching the Orange Bowl practice, I'm like, gosh, that feels forever ago.
Yeah.
That feels so long ago. And I don't even really remember anything from the game. And but then at the same time, like, I feel like I just moved in, and so yeah, it's done both. But I think that one of my goals this year, and really one of my goals just the past 4 years, just truly enjoy every day, because everything everybody's going to tell you is college flies by, and enjoy every day. And Coach Sweeney likes to say it: the days are long, but the years are short, and that's one of the truest things ever, especially playing college football. So it's been great though. It's been awesome.
Wade?
Yeah. I mean, the days are long, the years are short. It's true. The mental Mondays, feels like the day's never going to end, but then you look up and, oh my gosh, we're in bowl prep of my senior year. Yeah, crazy.
Well, you guys kind of touched on it here, but I want to open up the floor to both of you, and I want y'all to give messages to two different groups. And the first group I want y'all to give a message to is the incoming freshmen, who will, kind of grow into this legacy and carry it on as you all move out, but also to next year's group of seniors. And y'all have an open mic to both groups. What would y'all say to both of those groups?
Leave no regret in everything, especially when it comes to, I feel like everybody has it on their soul to be a leader. And don't hold that back, whether that means saying something that might make you uncomfortable or others uncomfortable. You won't regret it. So leave no regret, and then it's like the cliches, but just take it one day at a time. You're going to look up and it'll all be gone.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, for the incoming freshmen, come in and have a goal to make this place better by the time you leave it. And, hopefully that's winning, a national championship. But I think that the impact that you have on this program and on the people is so much more than winning games. So, I'd be very intentional about that. And I think that that's been something that I've always tried to do. And don't be afraid to lead as a freshman, but also take it one day at a time. I remember getting here and we're like a month, I'm like hitting February. I've been here for like a month, and I'm like panicking because I don't know the whole offense. And I'm going into spring ball, and I'm going to Coach Streeter's office. Like, I feel so far behind. Like, I don't know anything. He's like, it's okay, and like, I had to just have a couple people just kind of sit me down, but it's okay. And, just talking to Chris Denson, like over the past year, like, it's okay, man. Like this is a developmental sport and a developmental, position that we play. Like I'm not, I've gotten better every year I've been here, and it's okay to just sit and learn and put in the work, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and you look back and you're like, dang, like look at how far I've come. So be excited to grow and don't show up thinking you have it all together, because nobody ever does. So show up and be excited to learn and be excited to grow. And then for the seniors, soak up every single minute, for, the last 365 days you get. My goal was to get to the end of the year, and I've enjoyed every single day and get to the end of the year with no regrets. And I feel like because I've given everything I've had. And, that's been really my goal. And just lead well. The impact you're going to have on younger guys will last forever, and kind of like he was saying earlier. So just have an impact that lasts, longer than 1 year.
Well, and the freshmen, I mean, you mentioned not having to know anything right away. I mean, this is not 44-year-old Phillip Rivers needing to learn the entire Colts offense in 6 days before he starts in Seattle last week. I mean, it's truly, I mean, like, you're a 17 or 18-year-old kid coming in and learning college football.
Yeah.
So, all right, it's time for us to open up the fan mailbag presented by the South Carolina Department of Social Services. Learn more about public adoption in the state of South Carolina at dss.sc.gov. Our first question coming from Instagram: what has been the biggest hurdle that you all have had to overcome during your time at Clemson?
I would say realizing that you need a small circle. There's a lot of people out there, and the life of a college football quarterback is not always easy. The life of a college football player is not always easy. And, 1 minute you got Joe loving you, and then the next minute, he's hating you. You need people in your life that just truly care for, Wade Woodaz or Cade Klubnik, and not football player 17, Clemson football player. Like, you need people that, are going to be there for you after a tough loss, or to just, lift you up and encourage you. But then, man, life is so much sweeter when you get that big win and you get to go and celebrate with those people, because they've been with you in the bottom. And, like, one of my favorite things is looking back on, is just such a good lesson for myself, is, last year we lost to, our rival at home, and, lost in a tough way. And after the game, I get home and I got 3 text messages from, really like 3 or 5 text messages, and that was it. There's people encouraging me. And then the next week, we go win the ACC championship, and I got, 250 text messages, and I'm like, oh, that's great, but I need to go pay attention and go live life with those 3 or 5 people that text me, that were there for me. So just really I think figuring out that you need a close circle.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been fortunate to never really have any injuries or issues like that. But I would say, honestly, this year, it's been tough. There's a lot of weeks early on where I was just like, man, like, I just wanted to pack up and quit and go and lay in my bed for eternity. But, you just keep pushing. You look at guys like him, you look at guys like Adam, and you're like, I can't. Because, I can't slow down.
I can quit for me, but I can't quit on them.
Yep, exactly. And I think that's what it's about. Things didn't go the way we wanted early. Personally, I didn't feel like I played my best football. And then just overcoming all that and rattling off, how many have we won in a row? 4?
Yeah.
Just think it shows to the character of our team.
It's a heart check for sure.
Yeah.
I love this next question. Shout out to whoever sent it in. I don't have the user's handle in front of me, but I want y'all to evaluate each other. So what is Cade's favorite play that Wade has made, and what is Wade's favorite play of Cade?
Last year, I remember you were on the right hash, and you dropped back. You stepped up in the pocket, stayed square, and then you got wrapped up and rolled out, and I think you threw it to Cole Turner maybe. And then there was another play, you were running to the left, on the opposing sideline against NC State and you stiff arm the dude and you like stared him down and laughed at him after. Those two off the top of my head. Just because the one, your pocket presence was great and your feel, and then you got out of it and then you made a good throw down the field. And then the last one, you're just letting them know.
It's a real football guy
Thanks,
answer.
bro.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard for me to like pinpoint one, but I mean, I normally like when I'm on, like when defense is on the field and I'm on the bench, like I really just try to like not look at what the defense is doing too much, because like, you know, you got a job.
Yeah.
You know, like I have a job to do, and I like you try not to be distracted by like whatever. But I could not like stop watching like Wade versus South Carolina this year. Like it was like, I know that feeling. It was like a year of pain coming out. I don't know. It was like you were unstoppable, and you know you're just making every tackle, making every play through the pain. Like that's what we've been talking about. You know, is like, you know, fighting for a pain that's, you know, who cares? Nobody cares if you're hurting. Nobody cares. And you just got to go get the job done. And it was incredible. And I remember just sitting on the sideline like Wade Woodaz with the tackle, Wade Woodaz with the tackle, Wade Woodaz on the tackle, and it was awesome. It fired me up.
Well, in psychology, there's this concept of flow where just, you know, everything just, you can just feel it. And I think athletes most colloquially know it as in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like you were in the zone?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Flow state.
Yep. All right. Next question. Do you have a hero in your life, and what have they done to inspire your play?
I would say I have a couple. Just my dad, you know, his consistency, and he never take. I was about to cuss, but I didn't.
Don't take anything from anybody?
Yeah, exactly.
Allow me to help you out.
Yeah, and especially us as children, like my brother and my sister. And I think that made me it made me who I am today. To where I don't think I could quit anything. And it's just been ingrained since such a young age. And then also, I owe it to my younger self, my 9-year-old self when I started playing football. And all I wanted to do was, I was just so happy and excited to just hit somebody. Because I could genuinely be angry, like want to flip, like rage angry and go play. And now I get to do that just on such a greater level and channel all this energy that's around. Because that's his dream. That was my younger self's dream.
Cade?
I would say, you know, not to just copy him, but like I would really say probably my dad and really just my whole family and my mom and my siblings, and you know, sharing a last name carries a lot of weight, and you know, hearing just, you know, the community that I have in Austin, and you know, my sister lives in California, and you know, just, you know, I want to play hard and play well, because, you know, we represent something that's so much bigger. I represent something that's so much bigger than myself, and the way that they have just supported me and, you know, been there for me through everything and through the ups and the downs. And, you know, that just means so much to me, and just to have a support system. And, you know, my best friends from back home that, you know, are probably my tight circle, and that just truly care for me. You know, I want to go play well and go represent our friendship. But I would say like some of my biggest heroes that I really like am inspired by are like my teammates. You know, I just think the first person is just Tristan Lee, and just the way that he just fights through so much, through things that nobody even knows about, and the way that he just continues to persevere to lead when nobody wants to lead, when it's not easy. When you're sitting there 1-3 and you're hurting and you got pain going all over your body because, you know, you just got stuff going on, and he just continues to persevere. Like, that guy knows how to inspire people. And Wade, I mean, just when I don't have it some days, and, you know, he gets up and just, he doesn't have to say anything and just pushes me to keep going, you know, on a Tuesday practice. And that's what I need. But I think exactly what Wade said, I love playing football, and I've loved playing football since I was a little kid, and I've dreamed of playing college football my whole life. And when you work so hard and you're up here from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. and you haven't left the facility for a day off from July 27th till, December 4th, and you're here every single day for 10 hours, 14 hours a day, and your body's killing you, and you don't even maybe want to show up because of everything going on. You don't even want to pull up your phone. You just think back like, man, like if I was a 10-year-old kid and somebody told me I had 2 more months or 2 weeks to play college football, like what would I do with those 2 weeks? That's just been something I've just told myself a lot, like through all the pain and the struggles of this year, like, I've got 13 days left. And if I went and told 12-year-old self, hey man, you got 13 days to go play college football, like how would I go attack those days? I would have such a joy in being in the building and such a joy playing football, and just want to go make the most of it. So I would say that also really inspires me just in everything that I'm doing. Not to copy both your answers, but spot on, man. No,
it's really insightful, and I appreciate you sharing it. We do have one more entry in the fan mailbag, which I guess technically the last question is not a question, but rather a comment from one Barrett Carter from Cincinnati, Ohio, who says, beyond proud of you two, watched y'all come in as kids and are leaving as grown men. What message would y'all have for Barrett?
Appreciate it, Barrett.
Love you, bro. You're the man.
Barrett, we miss you, man. We appreciate you getting in here with the fan mailbag. There are children of all ages in South Carolina who are in need of a forever home. Many are teens, siblings, or have complex medical needs. Public adoption through the South Carolina Department of Social Services can not only be life-changing for them, it can be life-changing for you too. When you provide stability, guidance, and support, you're giving a young person the foundation to succeed. Learn more about public adoption in South Carolina at dss.sc.gov. All right, so as we start to come to the conclusion of this podcast and of y'all's time at Clemson, one thing that has really been driven home this year as Coach Sweeney has, I sit in the meetings as Coach Sweeney talks to broadcasters so they can learn a little bit more deeply about our team and about our program and understand everything that's been going on. And one thing that he has really, truly hammered home over the last several weeks in all of those meetings is, you don't understand how much our players truly love the place. It's not just about what football can do for them, but this has been a group that's been so committed to each other and so committed to Clemson University. Where do you think that comes from for you two and for this group that, like, y'all weren't just passing through here? Like, this place has meant something to you all. What has it meant to you all, and where does that come from?
Well, I think there's 2 things. First of all, you got everything that's come before us that we have to hold everyone else to. And that ultimately, like, we want to perform at that level as well. And then you got the internal drive in each and every one of us, the desire to be great, and to leave with no regret, leave it all out there. Especially I would say, speaking for our seniors, is just leave it all out there. Everything we have, what will our legacy be? Okay, even though things didn't go our way, what are they going to say about us? How did we practice when we're 1-3? How did we carry ourselves around the building? Just living up to that, I would say.
Yeah, I think that it starts with Coach Sweeney and just the staff and the people that we have here. I mean, even y'all, and just how much y'all care for us, and not just us, but just everybody in the building. I mean, it's just such a special place that nobody really wants to leave. And, we both could have left, and we both had different opportunities, and we just love this place and everything that's in it. And, I live 16 hours away. I've never really spent any time here before I got here. And like you said, we're not just passing through, though. My goal was to come here and just have an impact and to come to a successful and great program and somehow leave it better. And hopefully I've done that by the time I left here. And just so thankful for this place and so thankful that God gave me the opportunity to come here. And I'm thankful for the hard times and everything that he's put us through and grown us through. I'm thankful for all of those moments because we all needed it, and you need tough times to grow. So I'm thankful for it all.
When you mentioned that, people don't want to leave here, Walker Parks is going to collect his 3rd degree from this university later this week, and he would probably get 3 more if the NCAA and Clemson would let him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many guys in this program that are just like, and that's a guy from Kentucky, whose dad played for Kentucky, and yet he is the most bleeding orange Clemson lifer you're ever going to meet.
Right. Mm. I mean, I just think it's everywhere you go too. If you have that paw on, you will be recognized and treated like you are family. It's truly a family. I could be down in Tampa just wearing a paw and some sweet little old lady, go Tigers. That's what it's about. And playing for the people who love this university, who support us, and then obviously everybody in this building too, who pours into us every single day. The opportunity to be surrounded by such great salt of the earth people, because you can just look around in college football at some stuff that's going on, and can't quite say that about our building.
You all have, by virtue of being here at Clemson and by virtue of me pestering you all a lot, you all have had the platform to speak to a lot of people through the media throughout your time here. But again, you all have a microphone and a platform right now. Your final messages to the Clemson family, looking back on your career, what would you want to say to that group?
Just thank you for loving us, supporting us when things don't go our way, when we lose, or even when we win too. Just constantly supporting us. And
yeah, I just appreciate all y'all just bringing me in, like I was one of your own, and thank y'all for cheering loud and continue to be there for us and traveling to all of the away games, to to Boston, to Miami, to Austin, Texas, to wherever we are. I know y'all go and be up there in New York, and traveling well and always being there for us. It's not normal. And for packing that place out every Saturday to give us the best environment in college football, it's special. And to do the celebration on the field after, and just to have the joy of the fans, it's unlike anywhere else, and it's so awesome. And we're both Tigers for life, and we'll continue to come back and pour into this place. But thank you guys for everything, and giving me the best 4 years I could ever ask for.
When you all talked about them showing up, there were certainly some tough moments this season, and in particular some tough moments at home. But Memorial Stadium was vibrating in that Florida State game, and the support that we got all year
top 3 environment ever.
Through lightning delays. Multiple lightning delays this year, first time ever in the history of Memorial Stadium. Congratulations, 2025. But it just, you just can't doubt the fans, can you?
No, never.
Yeah, that Florida State game was different. It was like I got off the bus and we were looking around like, whoa.
Tiger Walk was packed.
That was different. That was different. And I'm like, this place is special.
Yeah.
Got
chills. Awesome. Think about it.
Well, we're gonna end on a good note then, as we remember those images and those moments. Guys, thank you so much, not only for your time today, but as you all really described and illustrated how much you love this place. I know it means a lot to a lot of people, not just in our building, but those literally around the state, around the country, around the world that are listening to this now. We really appreciate what you all have given to this place and to this group of people.
I appreciate you, Ross.
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
You're the man.
Yeah. All right, that's going to wrap us up from Studio C, the Clemson Athletics Branding Institute. Make sure to like and subscribe, and tune in to the next episode of Two Right Turns, a Clemson football podcast.